Skeleton Army is a new evolution coming to Clash Royale. Next to this, we also get the Royal Ghost evolution, but unfortunately Supercell doesn't allow me to talk about this today. So, Skeleton Army evolution. This one is available in the Diamond Pass, but before you get this one, enter my creator code to support Uncle Tryaz. This Skeleton Army is a 2-cycle evolution and has the same stats as the normal Skeleton Army, but next to the 15 skeletons there is a 16th skeleton entering the group called the General. The General is a skeleton holding a shield, with the same HP as a skeleton but a faster attack speed and longer melee range attack. Or in an easy way, a guard skeleton. The General is the key card in your skeleton army. As long as he is alive, the skeleton army features 2 abilities, invisibility and invincibility. Normally a skeleton would just die, or die again cause it's dead, you know. Normally, a skeleton would just die when it gets attacked, but with the General in it, the skeletons die, but they don't die. It stays invisible for enemy troops and with that also invincible, so no matter what you do against it, you can't kill it. You need to take down the General first and then the protected skeletons disappear and die. This time for real, I think. Oh crap. Skeletons that are still alive will not die when a General dies. I hate this video. I usually use a different word for it. Logging an evolved skeleton army plops away all skeletons from the General. Only the shield gets destroyed. From that on, this skeleton army will stay until the General gets taken out. You see that Log is not the ideal spell to deal with the skeleton army unless you have a long-range troop like Musketeer or a long attacker troop like Bandit that can pop the Guardian away. Since single attack spells like Log, Fireball, Rage, Freeze or Tornado are not ideal to deal with it, a poison spell, arrows, earthquake or an Evo Zap can easily deal with it. So if the evolution becomes meta, we will only see these spells. Wait, they are already used? Then I need to build a deck baiting out all these spells. Oh wait, that also exists? Great. So Skeleton Army will be meta. Just like previous evolutions, the Skeleton Army synergizes exceptionally well both offensively and defensively. While it can be a serious threat on offense, especially if your opponent has no reliable answer to eliminate the General, I believe its defensive potential might be even greater. Let's take a look at its offensive capabilities first and then we will compare it to its defensive strengths. If you play a Skeleton Army straightforward to the tower, the damage is not significant on the tower unless you commit at least 1 elixir. But once you go for the evolution form, this changes drastically. You see, the tower is taking hits. Many hits. For all Mega Knight players out there, your placement now matters. However, if you somehow miss hitting the General with your deploy, he still needs 2 hits to be taken down, which is a significant damage difference on the Mega Knight. But as long as there's nothing else tanking, together with the tower it's being cleared easily. Unless there's a bigger push, it gets really complicated when you don't manage to take down the General. Since even splash cards can be taken down, which is a very confusing interaction, it can make Skeleton Army one of the most dangerous cards in certain scenarios. With the popularity of the Wine spell, I do believe that these cards synergize very well. Either when it's a blank Skeleton Army, as you don't expect to get your tower frozen when just 1 skeleton is alive, but that's now like a 1 HP balloon on your tower. What a glow up! On the other hand, obviously also on defense. Winding the card that is dangerously to your General is completely broken, especially cause nothing stops the skeletons. Playing the card with Monk might block instant arrows, but that's a really unrealistic scenario, so the Monk synergy is not ideal as the most dangerous spells, Poison, Earthquake and Evo Zap still break through here. Before I said that the Skeleton Army is stronger on defense, and the reason why I say this is simple. With an offensive Skeleton Army it's way easier to reach out to the General, as you can attack him with range units but also with a melee attacker or simply with the tower. But on defense you need to break through to the General to get rid of the Skeleton Army, and this can sometimes be very difficult. So the value of it on defense is much more increased. But now there are 3 different ways you should consider playing the Skeleton Army. Way 1, doing the Brain Rot player. The easiest and most familiar way to drop a Skeleton Army is simply playing it here. You can guess, depending on the push, this play can already be incredibly good as the skeletons survive quite long. But the play is very risky, cause most aggressive pushes include a versatile spell like arrows or earthquake or Evo Zap or poison. And this way you basically wasted 3 minutes to get to the evolution and you got no value and lost your tower. So way 2, predicting the prediction might be much better here. You all know the situation when you just wait for your enemy to predict something and you are willing to know that playing a card later on. That's one of the ways dodging a prediction, but not the most effective anymore. Instead, what you can do is going for a different placement that lowers your chance to be predicted, as the following placement is unusual. Play this Gami in front and behind your tower. You can see the general is dropping behind the princess while all other skeletons drop in front of the tower. This way the common placement for such spells don't work out, as this placement outranges common predictions. Even against the poison spell, it seems to take very long until the skeletons die. The problem with this play is only one player of the match can use it, as it's a true blue king related interaction, one of the major problems in Clash Royale. But that's not part of today's video. And then we have the way number 3, the splitting lane synergy. Splitting units is a common way to either defend a both lane push or a single attack melee card. However, some card placements that are not that typical will change with the evolution, which switches the playstyle of the card a bit. Instead of just placing the skeleton army into the push, you split the push and let the general walk onto the opposite side. This way it's very tough to get rid of the skeleton army, since the spells of your enemy often look like this. It becomes a really difficult choice if you play the arrows offensively but the skeletons stay alive, or you waste 3 elixir to take down the general and don't have the spell to protect your push. What I'm trying to say is split your skeleton army in a way that nothing even attacks your general, so it means he stays alive, same as the ghosty skeletons, and the value you get can be incredibly high. Some extra side effects: while spells like Lock do not kill the skeleton army is still affected by spells, so Freeze actually freezes, same as Nado pulls them away and so on. And Mother Witch can no longer counter it, cause the invisible skeletons are cooking here. And that's it for today. To find out more about the new lucky chest, check out this video right here. And if you are looking for the perfect deck for your arena, check out this one. Don't forget to subscribe and hype this video, and I will see you very soon.